way to figure out what a miracle is. A miracle is something that God does that only God can do. That a man or a woman couldn't do it. It had to have been a miracle that God did. And why does He do miracles? So we can know that He's real. It's another way that He reveals Himself to us. And the Bible is full of miracles. You know, if you know the story about Moses and the Red Sea, where he parted the Red Sea, have you heard of that? The people go through on dry land. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were thrown into a fiery furnace, and they came out and weren't hurt. Jesus, healed people and made the blind to see and the lame. The Bible is full of miracles, but does God still do miracles today?
Yes.
Yes, He does. And God has really made you special and wanted you to be special because He wanted you to be part of a miracle and know about a miracle that He just did. As Miss Leanne mentioned a few minutes ago, I was very, very sick. A few weeks ago, my chest got to hurting real, real bad. And it quit and then came back later and was really hurting bad. So we called 911. That's what you do when you need some help. And the ambulance came to my house and they said, "You're having a heart attack." Now, what does your heart do?
It stops.
It pumps blood throughout your body, okay? And what happens if your heart stops? It stops pumping. And what happens when it stops pumping blood?
You can barely breathe.
You die. Okay. So they put me in the ambulance and said, "We're going to take you to the hospital." They wanted to land a helicopter out near our house and fly me over to Columbia, but the weather was too bad. So they put me in an ambulance to take me over to Tuning Hospital. So they got in the ambulance and we took off. And a few minutes later, everything got fuzzy and gray, and I died.
What?
My heart stopped. And so the guys in the back of the ambulance, they had some special equipment, and they would shock you with these electrical things, and they got my heart going again. And you know what happened then?
You came in alive.
I died again. And I died again. 3 times my heart stopped before I got to the hospital here. So I got to the hospital and I woke up and they said, "You're having a major heart attack. We're going to send you over to Providence Hospital in Columbia." So they put me to sleep and put me in another ambulance and drove all the way over to Columbia. And you know what happened while we were going to Columbia?
You died.
I died again.
I don't get that. Yeah,
Well, listen up. It's hard to get. So we got to Columbia, and they ran me into the operating room, and the surgeon, who's a heart surgeon, went in. You see that little dot on my wrist right there?
Yeah.
He put a tube in that vein right there and went all the way up my arm, through my chest, and into my heart, and opened up an artery in there that was clogged. But all those times that I had died, it damaged my heart every time, because it wasn't getting blood. And so when he came out and talked to my wife, Miss Linda, he told her what he did, but he wasn't very optimistic about the fact that I was going to make it. He said, "Well, we'll check." So, and essentially he said, "I've done all that I can do. I can do no more." And that's where God did a miracle. Because I am here, not because man did everything he could do and he thought I was going to die. But God, for all the reasons I don't fully understand, reached down and began healing my heart. And a few hours later I woke up, they started removing tubes out of me, sat up, started talking to friends. I remember y'all coming and talking to us. People were amazed. The doctor came in to see me, he was amazed. And why did God do that? I don't know. He just used me. I was just the canvas of a painting. I was just a canvas, but the masterpiece is His work. That He healed me so that you T&Ters could hear the story and know that He is real. And He wanted you to know this because He loves you so much that He sent His Son to die on the cross for you. And He wants you to have eternal life by believing in Him. And He wanted you to hear from me tonight that that is real. Somebody at school says, I don't believe God is real. You say, I'm going to take you to Mr. Chuck and see if you convince him that God isn't real. God is real. He is in our lives. You are witnesses of His work. I am blessed through His work. I've already seen how God is using this. And I am physically weaker than I was, but I'm so much more spiritually stronger, which is a better place to be. So anybody have any questions? Yes?